Did you know that June 13th is one of the most spiritually and historically significant dates in the Catholic calendar? From miraculous apparitions to the turning point of religious freedom, these 5 events changed the Church forever. Celebrated universally on June 13th, the Feast of St. Anthony is a major event in the Catholic calendar. St. Anthony, born Fernando de Bulhos, was a Portuguese friar who became a central figure in the Franciscan order. Known for his profound intellect and powerful oratory, he was canonized by Pope Gregory IX less than a year after his death in 1231. In 1946, Pope Pius XII elevated him to the status of a Doctor of the Church, specifically titled Doctor Evangelicus, recognizing the theological depth of his sermons. Millions of devotees worldwide visit shrines dedicated to him, particularly in Padua, Italy, and Lisbon, Portugal. He is popularly venerated as the patron saint of lost things, a tradition rooted in a story where he recovered a book of Psalms that was essential to his teaching. His influence extends beyond Europe. In places like Uvari, India, his cult has been indigenized, where he is revered as a super doctor capable of healing both physical and spiritual ailments. The day is marked by traditional bread blessings, processions, and intense local festivities. For the Church, Anthony represents the bridge between high academic theology and the humble, miraculous faith of the common people. While the Edict of Milan is often historically pinned to 313 AD, legal scholars and church historians have noted that on June 13, 313, specific administrative actions were finalized by Emperor Licinius in the East to reinforce the religious toleration initially agreed upon with Constantine. This date serves as a symbolic marker for the Church's transition from an underground, persecuted sect to a recognized entity within the Roman Empire. By decreeing the freedom of religion, this act effectively ended the era of Roman persecution that had claimed countless martyrs. It allowed for the restoration of confiscated church property and provided the legal framework necessary for the construction of basilicas and the development of public church structures. This event fundamentally altered the course of Western history, shifting the Church from a survivalist movement to a public institution capable of shaping Roman law and culture. It remains a foundational milestone in ecclesiastical history, as it allowed the gospel to be preached openly and without fear of state-sponsored execution, setting the stage for the rapid expansion of Christianity across Europe. On June 13, 1917, the Blessed Virgin Mary made her second appearance to the 3 shepherd children, Lucia, Jacinta, and Francisco, at the Cova de Iria in Fatima, Portugal. This event is pivotal in modern Marian devotion. During this specific encounter, the Virgin Mary revealed her heart to the children and emphasized the necessity of devotion to her Immaculate Heart. Unlike the first appearance, this visitation provided more clarity on the children's mission and the spiritual urgency of their messages, which included calls for prayer and reparation. The events at Fatima, which occurred during a time of immense global upheaval during World War I, eventually received official Vatican recognition, cementing their status as some of the most important private revelations in Catholic history. Millions of pilgrims have since traveled to the site, and the Fatima message has been explicitly referenced by numerous popes, including the consecration of Russia to the Immaculate Heart of Mary by Pope John Paul II in 1984. This day remains a central point for those engaged in the spiritual practices associated with the Fatima apparitions. Saint Felicula, a Roman virgin and martyr, is traditionally commemorated on June 13th in the Roman Martyrology. Her story is one of the many accounts of heroism during the early centuries of the Church in Rome. According to hagiographical tradition, she was a companion of Saint Petronilla and suffered for her refusal to renounce her faith and for her commitment to a life of consecrated virginity. After being imprisoned and subjected to various torments, she was eventually starved to death or executed during the persecutions. Accounts vary, but her witness was significant enough that her tomb became a site of pilgrimage. She was interred in the cemetery of Praetextus on the Via Appia. Her feast day serves as a reminder of the countless early Christian women whose names are often overshadowed by the major apostles, but whose steadfastness in the face of brutal state pressure provided the spiritual grit that fueled the Church's endurance. Her life highlights the Church's early emphasis on the virtue of virginity as a form of bloodless martyrdom that eventually led to true martyrdom for the sake of Christ. While not a universally celebrated feast day, June 13th is often associated with localized commemorations of Father Soetbert Mullinger, a notable 19th century priest who significantly shaped the Catholic landscape in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Father Mullinger is remembered for establishing Most Holy Name Parish and building St. Anthony's Chapel, which houses one of the largest collections of sacred relics outside of the Vatican. He passed away on June 13, 1892. His life was marked by a unique blend of priestly ministry and his background as a physician, leading to stories of miraculous cures that drew thousands to his chapel. His legacy endures as a testament to the importance of the veneration of saints and relics in popular Catholic piety. His work transformed a local parish into a spiritual landmark, bridging the gap between European religious traditions and the American Catholic experience. The chapel he built remains a center for pilgrimage, reflecting the enduring human desire to touch and hold the secret history of the Church through its physical remnants. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this history interesting, please leave a comment with which event surprised you the most, and be sure to share this video to help others discover these incredible stories.